Hi there and welcome to Apple World. So Young Miami is striving to cover her tracks, yet she is bombing no doubt. So the rapper as of late separated and uncovered how he got her to be his P. Now the fans trust the part about her being a big shot for the music. Diddy, however, the part about him is not such a lot of you. See, Jaguar Wright failed on Young Miami a long time prior, and as indicated by her, Miami was getting compensated $250,000 every month to get casualties for Diddy, and her job is at long last coming to light since. Another claim against Diddy straightforwardly specifies her and how she made a difference. Diddy abused the casualty, so exactly what did Young Miami say, and what she, as a matter of fact, Diddy's casualty. Now is the ideal time to figure out you couldn't sit tight for Cassie to run. You were unable to stand by to be in Cassie's shoes. Carisha kindly so cracks off parties have made a significant piece of the prosecution. And incidentally, one of the male laborers who was probably employed for these gatherings was perched on a tape as indicated by sources near the examination the male laborer met with government specialists. Following Diddy's capture in New York City and given over the tape, he marked an arrangement that permits him to address government specialists unafraid of indictment because of the understanding the map. Lee Soror was apparently ready to dive into the insights concerning the oddity goes he additionally gave data about the sort of unlawful substances Diddy utilized with respect to how things went down. As per the Mel S. laborer, he flew from Atlanta to Miami to get together with Diddy and an anonymous lady in May last year. Presently keep the date as a top priority since we're going to return to it later. The male ass laborer wound up having S with the lady, while Diddy recorded the experience sort of luck. The occurrences that Cassie portrayed in her claim, right? However, by some development, the male S laborer had the option to make a duplicate of that tape, which he went over to the federal authorities. Now web criminal investigators have been centered around sorting out the personality of the lady taking part in the oddity offs, and it seems as though they could have viewed as their lady. Recollect how we requested that you take notes of the date. Well, on May 26, 2023, Young Miami bounced on X and posed Ted a video of herself shopping with the inscription, "He need to support my ACTB. Much thanks to you, Poppy." Well, fans feel that Diddy was the person who took her shopping as a prize for her taking part in the freak-off, and in the event that you feel that is a stretch, we'll check her nails out. Miami is wearing white nails. And if you recollect Cassie's claim, she said that Diddy was into white nails, and concurring with the reports. Miss Venter was expected to spruce up in undergarments for an FO, and Mr. Combs demanded that she wear white nail clean to differentiate her nails with the skin of the individuals of color he recruited to have S with her. Miami posted another picture on her Instagram with the inscription, "Bobby also." Whitney, this time she was embracing Diddy from behind while he snapped a selfie in the gallery. FYI, she was referring to Whitney Houston and Bobby Earthy, who got hitched back in 1991, and their whole relationship was about disloyalty, heavy use charges of abuse, and decreasing proficient vocations. The way that Miami was contrasting herself with Diddy to these two said a lot. It seems as though she was attempting to paint herself as Diddy's writer bites the dust regardless of the carefully guarded secrets, as expecting that Young is protected. Miami's genuine name, Carisha Rom Earthy-colored Lee, partaken in that oddity off anyway. The genuine inquiry is, was she a casualty like Cassie? Or a culprit? Well, it appears as though she was very much like Diddy. So then Diddy got hit with another claim by a lady in New York. The casualty picked to recognize herself as Jane Doe and asserted that she was rehashed immediately also, at Diddy's home anyway. What's intriguing is that Carisha has been name dropped in the claim she was clearly part of the AB. Used particularly when Jane became pregnant. As per the court reports, Carisha Brownlee, respondent Cole's partner, abused Jane Doe by over and over calling her and advising Jane Doe to have an oro. Jane Doe experienced a simple scage and didn't address respondent Combs or his group for roughly 3 months. The rest of the subtleties are tremendously upsetting. Also, evidently, in late 2022, Diddy reached out to the casualty once more and proceeded with the pattern of abuse, and as indicated by the records. At each visit, respondent Combs would make her play out a show for himself, and would employ her with until she passed out. She would wake up withing and, however, with no memory of how she supported her wounds. This gone on until July of 2024. In July of 2024. Respondent Combs directed Jane Doe to his home in Miami. When Jane Doe shown up at his Miami home, respondent Combs pushed 2 pills in Jane Doe's mouth. Now, the ladies decided to stow away their character. However, the fans have a very smart thought of who she is. They believe it's Gina Hyun. She broadly dated the record leader and shouted out about how he abused her in the background, however. He kept, and I was like arguing to him like, could you at any point, might you at any point, need point stop? I can't inhale, and he like halted for a tad. He like got my hair from the back and was like the rear of my head, cuz he was simply keeping away from my face when he was like, yet more critically, she was engaged with a public quarrel with young Miami O. Ver Diddy back in December 20,122. She posted an account of herself saying the words "dumb B," which fans believed was a shout to Miami. Since Diddy sort of mistreated her by having a youngster with another lady, she even subtitled the video while she beefing with you over. An N-word, yet the entire time he got another person pregnant and city young ladies down 1,000. Well why I Miami was a piece of the city. Young ladies. Pair, an American hip jump pair comprising of her and JT. So of course she became red up about the call out. She bounced on X and attempted to contact Regina for rottenness. Thinking, you need a child. I have a lifelong you. A guaranteed freak. You haven't heard from Diddy since the E-grants. Thinking back on Abbas, let that go, and she followed it up with another post. Gina, you've been down awful since I came into the image. You've been sobbing for a child for 10 years. You've been around as a honeybee that eats and says when he feels like it. You're the very honeybee that was crying on Tasha K since you needed a child. Unfortunate sushi. Gina then answered Kara. You realize you need to taste this yum sauce. That is when Miami answered with her viral tweet, saying if I maintained that you should eat my pee, Diddy would have had you kneeling down, you an eater and you a chop. So in the event that that was the means by which young Miami was treating Gina before everyone on the interwebs, God knows how she treated her away from plain view. And that is the reason most people think Miami was not a casualty in that frame of mind. According to some reports, Miami could have been Diddy's Jaguar. Wright said it initially as indicated by her. Diddy was paying her $500,000 a month for her administrations and Miami, as it were, thought often about the cash. Since when Diddy chopped down her stipend to $25,000, she lost it. No yet grasped this. Think about this. And there are ladies in this room. How could you stop what is happening at $250,000? Ain't enough women like truth that he. I'm trying to say the way that he cut from 500 to 200. Who that gives the 200K? Who 250K? Who turning down 250K a month is happening in that relationship? The 250K ain't enough. Can see a few things. Can see a few ain't worth 250K. That is became some dim like individuals are not. Understanding that that young lady quit 250K Jaguar additionally said that not at all like others, Miami was tremendously frantic to take Cassie's place. And yes, that implied partaking in the oddity offs and allowing Diddy to do anything he desired. You couldn't trust that Cassie would run, and you were unable to stand by to be in Cassie's shoes. Keisha, please anyway. Jaguar, truth be told, knocked some people's socks off when she said that Miami was very much like Diddy. She called the rapper up as a matter of fact. She ventured to say that the explanation Diddy was paying her $250,000 a month was on the grounds that her occupation was to obtain casualties for him. He is a sec hustling. JTAR, what don't you all comprehend to be on finance? The number of ways do I need to say it? This is wild. They pay Spot to do harm and secure casualties there, and these pieces are specialists. $250,000 every month to do peculiar voluntarily also. Jaguar, right, very well could be correct since Miami's activities before the cameras have been only problematic. This one-time tea from Zeus Network perceived Miami on the red cover, not on the grounds that she had seen her in a music video or something. Truth be told, she said she recalled her from an outing they took together in the meantime. JT was standing in the center, looking pretty befuddled. In reality, the whole discussion sounded like a fever dream. It seemed like Miami didn't have any desire to own up to knowing the lady, and she could have a valid justification as indicated by the roads. Miami was associated with an oddity with the lady being referred to, which is the reason she picked not to go through a world of fond memories before the cameras. How are you feeling? Where you know me from? I don't have any idea. Recall that we went on. Where did we go? We went on a trip. Recall where we went? No. It was like a gathering of us. I can't recall. Goodness. Definitely I know you. That is where I know you from. I know where you recall now. All right. Okay. Well, presently we're here. Young lady, that was not what I was attempting to discuss. Then there's her show Harisha B. It should be a syndicated program with Miami as a host, as she welcomes her companions and friends across the media outlet to have some good times and hot discussions over signature mixed drinks. Yet a portion of the episodes are just Miami carrying on like the time she attempted. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.